What's up, everybody? I'm back in Wisconsin and I'm going to be hunting with family and friends for the 9-day gun season here. It's the day before the season, so I'm about to shoot my rifle. My uncle and my little cousin are going to be here shortly, and he's got to shoot his rifle. It's going to be his first season deer hunting. So it should be a fun-filled 9 days with family and friends, and this is my favorite part of the hunting season every year, just the camaraderie with the Wisconsin gun season. Looks like we're going to have some pretty nice weather. We got some snow possibly coming in tonight for opening day tomorrow, so there should be a bunch of people in the woods. But I got to get shooting my rifle. I'm a little behind just because I just got back yesterday. So I'm gonna shoot mine quick, make sure it's on. My cousin's gonna be here shortly to shoot his, and then we should be off to deer camp.
Hey Jake!
Ow! You ready to shoot?
Yeah.
How's it going?
How are you? You ready?
Yeah.
Think I'll shoot 5 deer?
Oh, I hope so.
He's got like 5 or 6 deer tags.
Does he really? What's he got, a 243?
Yeah. We went to Liberty the other day, and it's a indoor shooting range. And I was like, my clip's not here. So we looked everywhere and we couldn't find it.
That gun looks like your sister painted it.
Yeah.
Ain't bad.
Which ones are yours?
These 2. Wait, and then this one. This one and then these 2.
So these 2 are mine?
Yep. And then I think that one is. Or how many times did you shoot?
3, but we can crop that one out. That was the first one. I was a little scared. Alright, well, Grayson's dialed in. He's looking for his first deer, right?
Yeah.
You sat with your dad last year, you shot that doe and that buck. And then I pulled my first shot to the right a little bit. Probably was just a little scared, but second 2 are right in there, and that was at 100 yards, and to be honest, I've never shot a deer past 80 yards on our property just because it's so small. So off to deer camp, huh? Made it. Look at that beauty.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hey everybody.
Hi guys. I told Matt we gotta get some new pictures up on the wall. Remember when
Let's
Jim,
put my first deer up
exactly.
on the wall.
We got Jim's pictures and
What do
Jake's
you-
pictures when they were your age, Gray.
You think you're gonna get one or what?
He's
I don't
pretty
know.
sure he is. I'm gonna have shrimp.
Do you want to give him a tour of the trailer?
Shrimpy, yeah. Show him where I sleep.
Yeah,
I
go.
put 7 bags of rat poison and they're all gone.
That's Grayson's spot. That's Matt's spot. Here's the kitchen.
That's a loose term.
Here's what heats the place. Scott's bed is right by the heater. Uh-oh. How do I get back? Oh, there we go. And we got 2 more beds.
Let's go eat.
Okay.
There's the electricity.
These lights have been in here as long as you have been alive, Jake, I think.
Longer than that. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Alright, well, everybody was at camp and they're ready to go eat, so we're gonna go get some dinner here. Get a little Friday night fish fry in us probably, and do some storytelling, and then we'll be back at that nice trailer home we got to sleep in there. My grandpa bought that back when he bought the property in the 70s, but it sets up right on a river. There's 1 acre on the side of the river that the trailer home's on. The rest of the property that we hunt is on the opposite side, so we have to canoe across. There's going to be 6 of us on 15 acres, so we should have it covered pretty well. But we're going to go get some dinner, enjoy tonight, and we'll see you in the woods tomorrow probably. There's Riley.
Jim said that right on
Oh boy.
Just a little one like that tomorrow.
Dude, I seen one today. We chased back into the block. Scott, we saw about 130, 110 inch. Right above you. 10-pointer. Right above you. Right next to the. That's all up here? Oh, that's tall. It was like that. It was like that.
Puts it back in there and saves the breeze. Oh, like a coyote. I'm like, well, let's go. Coming in, leave that open. Hi? Coming in, okay.
Morning!
Grayson, it's time to get up.
Okay.
I thought you'd have breakfast made and everything.
No, it was for dinner.
Who shot that? Wasn't you.
No, he shot it.
Just take them here, both of us.
Alright, well everybody's getting pushed across the river. My brother's gonna come back for me after he takes my uncle and my cousin across. And then we'll be hunting. We got a fresh snow on the ground. Season opens in about an hour and a half, but we like to get in there real early just because our property sits right in the middle of this block and all the other hunters have to access from the road. We can sneak right in with that canoe and we're already in the stands, and when everybody's walking to the stands they push deer to us. Gonna sit all day, got backpack, lunch packed, everything like that. Hoping somebody can knock something down, preferably my little cousin since it's his first hunt, but I'd imagine we'll see some deer. It'll probably be some fast action just because deer will probably be getting pushed by the neighbors, so not really sure what to expect for footage, but hopefully somebody can put something on the ground today. Any final thoughts?
Shoot straight.
I'm ready to shoot my first deer.
Good luck.
You too, Jake.
Alright, well the season's probably been open for a half hour. I don't know, we've probably heard 50 shots already.
Yeah, at least.
People are shooting at them. We haven't seen anything yet though. We did hear one deer cross the river and it sounded like it was coming our way. And I'd imagine, with it being as calm as it is, and the marsh being frozen, you'll be able to hear deer breaking through the ice when they're coming down in here. We gotta cross that river every time we hunt, but it allows us to sneak kind of in the middle of the block here. And even though we only own 15 acres, we usually do pretty well during gun season and at least see some deer. That deer this morning sounded like it'd been pushed down in here and just jumped into the river and crossed over. Haven't seen it yet, but I'd imagine they're moving with caution this morning. We sit in these box blinds because, as you can see, there's hardly any trees on our property, so not a lot of tree stand opportunity. And if we see any deer, you'll see that they're pretty tough to see in this grass. It's pretty tall. So you need to get in an elevated position to have any sort of vantage. We also sit all day, both days opening weekend, just because when people get out of their stands and go back for breakfast or start moving around driving deer, we have a lot of action midday. Actually, about half the bucks I've probably shot have been between 10 and 2 o'clock when people are getting down and moving around. So the box blinds allow us to stay out no matter what the conditions are pretty much. The wind is hardly blowing, but it's coming from the northwest. And that's pretty good for our property. We pretty much are limited to these stands no matter what, but we've had a lot of good days on a northwest wind because the deer just move around the edge of this marsh, and that's how they usually come into this property. They don't like to go right out through the middle of it just because it is so wet. So they follow this edge up here with the wind blowing right into their nose, and our stands are just kind of off of where they'll be coming into the property. Our wind is kind of blowing right towards where my mom and dad are set up. Then my cousin and my uncle are kind of watching back towards the river, so as long as we see something, it shouldn't be able to get out of here with 6 people being on 15 acres. I'm hoping we'll be able to hear them coming, like I said, because otherwise it's probably going to happen pretty fast. It usually does. But there's people shooting. There goes one right there. So they're moving somewhere. Usually it takes them a while to get down in here. I love hearing people shoot. It's pretty awesome. Hopefully they start shooting down there and it just gets closer and closer, and that's when you know you might have a chance, as long as that last guy doesn't hit him. Hopefully between the 6 of us we can at least pull the trigger like that guy or girl just did. I can hear it walking through water over there. We got a deer coming. Sherry just shot Mom and Dad. Hello. What are you doing? I shot at a big fucker. You didn't see him after you shot then, or what? Well, I seen him go. The dog ran out in the marsh, but then she came back and he stayed on the trail, you know, that goes up towards your riverbed, like where that old lantern stand is. He stayed in there, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go out there later and look and see, but I don't know. Well, hopefully you got him. Oh yeah, he was a big f***er. That's what I like to hear. Alright, bye. Alright, good luck. Excitement. Yeah, a little action this morning. Warm me back up a little bit. Well, we just heard one single shot from my mom and dad over there. And my dad just called, he shot at a buck. But with the way this grass is, he shot at it once, and it basically his only opening, he said. And he's not sure if he hit it or where he hit it. So we're just gonna probably sit here for a while. Maybe wait till people get out of their stands. Deer? Yeah. Big? It's rubbing on that tree. Oh God, he might take the shooter even. I'm on him. Yeah, it's definitely a shooter. This way. You think I should shoot him right there? Yeah, go ahead. I guess you can see what he's gonna do, but... See him right there? Yeah. He's a shooter, ain't he? He looks like it to me. Yeah, maybe just wait and see what he does. He's gonna go to the left, I think. Got a dark orange doorman. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a shooter. I think you can shoot him right there if he turns right. Shoot him right now. Shoot him if you want. I got some pressure in the way. Well, whenever you get the first opening, just say, "Are you good?" and I'll let you know. Once he gets to the left of that tree, I'm gonna shoot him. Try to stop him. Here he goes. Try to shoot him. Yep, whenever you get a chance. Might have to stop him. Can't see him anymore. Stop him, shoot him. I can't see him, he's fine all that red brush. He's gonna get away. No, he's gonna have a shot here, I think. Right here might be your chance. I can't see him. Right. No. Do you see him? Yeah, hang on. I don't want to. He's a long ways in there, ain't he? Yeah. I don't want to. He's going the wrong way. Can you see him still? No. excitement. A lot of excitement. I was doing that interview about my dad shooting the buck, and my brother looked over. There's a really nice buck rubbing a tree down here. They had some brush in the way. And unfortunately, he just kind of worked off in the opposite direction. But, I mean, he don't have a clue that gun season's going on. Apparently, he's just working that tree. Seemed pretty relaxed, actually. So he's probably just going to go bed right up on this point here, I'd imagine. It's probably that deer that we could hear down in the water here before. He's just working along that edge there. Looked like a really nice buck. Tried to stop him once, but he didn't hear it, I don't think. And even if he did, I don't think that it would have been a very clear shot. He's kind of going towards the neighbors over there, and the neighbors got to stand out there shaking a little bit now. Pretty late in the morning. Looked like a really nice buck though, so it's good to know there's one close by. All it takes is something to get him on his feet, whether it's a doe or another person. More likely to be another person at this point, I'd think, but either way, he's just right out there. As far as the deer my dad shot goes, sounds like he wasn't sure about the shot like I was saying, so we'll probably wait till midday. And we always pretty much do that just because we don't like getting out of the stands till everybody's out of the woods. We got opportunities. We got bucks close by, so as far as opening day goes, can't really ask for much more than that. Hopefully old GRAYSON here will crack off at a doe or buck here pretty soon too. Pretty weird to see a buck just moving natural like that. Don't see that too often during gun season, or at least I haven't much here. Usually they're running right through that opening right out there and you get one shot at them, kind of like my dad did. He said the deer that he shot at came from our direction and he probably smelled us and they were trying to get out of there. And I mean, with the property being set up the way it is, that they're just kind of guarding our downwind side, so if deer do smell us, they're able to get a shot at them anyway, and if he hit it, it works out. Usually Scott hits him. He's a deadeye. He said it's a big one too. He actually said it's a beeping big one. Mom must have been sleeping, because if she would have shot it, would have for sure been dead. You hear ice breaking over here. You can shoot behind me, right? What's behind her? Another deer out to the left. Here they go. Locked him up. Yep. Shoot that second one, Jim. Shoot him, Jim. Where is he? You're gonna get an opening here.
Here it comes, Jake. Here they come.
Right at us.
It's coming back that way.
That second one was that buck.
Yeah. You think he shot at those deer?
I think so.
They're coming this way. But I see.
You ready?
Got across the marsh. Yeah, he must have ran across the marsh.
There's a deer away across the marsh here.
It's a doe, ain't it?
Can't tell.
It's a doe.
You'd think Dad would have been able to see that deer go across the marsh if it did.
Well, yeah, especially because he said he could see that white horn buck way up here.
Well, that's a little more of the action we're kind of used to. Deer running like that. I heard that deer down in here breaking through the ice. So we're kind of turning around and getting situated. And then while I was trying to get up and get the camera turned over there, my brother said a couple deer went running through a small opening over there. And then like you saw, we had that small doe come work right up to us, but right after he saw those other deer run through that opening, our neighbor shot over there. Those deer got up, came running towards us. Had a small chance at shooting them while they were running out there, I guess. Then they got into stuff that was just too thick for us to shoot at them, so they got away. I think they eventually smelled us. And I don't know if my dad or mom saw them when they ran out or not, but either way, that guy's shot now, so he's going to have to get down at some point and try to track that deer that he shot. After he shot those first couple times, there was a pause. Then it sounded like the deer might have got out on the marsh there and ran across because he was shooting out towards the marsh, and then way across the marsh there was more shots. So like usual, it's just kind of picking up as the morning goes on and people start pushing him around a little bit, start shooting at him, gets him moving. It usually happens pretty fast, like it kind of said, so we got to be on our toes, ready to take the first chance we get at him. Neighbor's getting down now.
Across the marsh,
Yep.
Man, they must have shot at that buck, though. He fell in. He's getting all wet.
So that first neighbor that shot got down, and it looked like he apparently shot at that buck that we had run in front of us, because he got down and looked pretty much exactly where that buck ran. And then where the shot's kind of volleyed to across the marsh, there's guys cleaning a deer over there, so I don't know if the deer made it over there. I'd imagine pretty much anything that was bedded out in front of us at this point has been pushed out or smelled to us, so we're gonna need some guys to get up and start shooting and moving them around again so we can get a fresh batch of deer in here. But don't think there's any more bucks bedded out in front of us. Things are settling down a little bit. There was some hot action once that first shot was fired and everybody got down and started tracking. That's usually how it goes. Basically when we see deer on this property is when people are pushing them to us. It's probably one of the most secure areas. Like I said, it's right in the middle of this block.
Look at his face, Jim. His tongue sticking out. His tongue like roast.
Well, that guy's trying to drag that deer out, and it's looking like he got a little more than he bargained for. He cannot move it at all.
Every bog is going on.
Oh, he's frustrated. He's really frustrated. He got it by the antlers now. It is a nice buck. Well, good for him. He got himself a nice buck. Now he's got some work ahead of him.
Well, my dad's just getting down now to go try and find that buck that he shot earlier this morning. So we're gonna stay ready here, but hopefully we're not needed. Hopefully he just walks out there and finds it. So, what's he look like?
I can't get to him yet. He's lying right in the river in a ditch here. He's laying on top of the ice, but I'm trying. He's got one. He's a 10-pointer. He ain't as big as I thought he was, but he's a nice one.
Nice easy.
I'll call you back once I get him off of here.
Nice easy drag.
No.
All right, I'll start working over that way then.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, we're on the board.
That's right.
That Peggy says I've killed a lot smaller, and I might get this tonight or tomorrow.
It's 12:45. Jim and I are gonna go down and start dragging my dad's deer out for him. So we're gonna get down, head over there, check him out, and take you guys along with us.
when I shot them 3 opening day. Yeah, you and Jake.
Nice job.
Now I get him out of here. I don't think it'll be that bad.
That one was chasing a doe or what?
This one
just
was
following it.
following it. I seen a doe just jump up and run a little bit. And then I said, there's a doe out there running. There might be a buck. He was following her. And then she tore out. She went out in the marsh. But I didn't see him go out there.
Yeah.
And I said to Mom, I wonder why he didn't follow her out there. But she turned around and came back, and she must have laid right there then.
This morning was doing just rubbing the crap out of the tree up there.
He's got a nice symmetrical rack. Busted up.
Haven't you really been much better than that?
No, I couldn't have been. I had him, I said it. I told you, Ma, I had him, but he was walking.
Did Mom see him?
She seen him, but she didn't get her gun out of him.
You couldn't let the old lady get a chance at him?
I would have let her shoot him if she would have seen him. If we'd seen it for a long time, I would have let her shoot it, but...
I was trying to do a Jake this morning, so we sat there and looked at that one for 10 minutes.
After the hunt, the BBR. Going to the last drop.
Alright, well I'm just finishing up editing the video right now, and I figured I'd do a close here. We went out again later that night with my cousin and my uncle, and we tried to shoot that goofy little buck with the jaw that was kind of misplaced. Didn't have any luck, but Grayson actually ended up shooting his first deer later that week. It was a nub buck, and he made a perfect shot on it. So I was glad he was able to shoot his first deer on the same property that most of the people in my family have. I know that myself and a bunch of other people in the family are really happy that my grandpa bought that property so long ago. I don't know that my grandpa and grandma knew at the time how many memories that property would contribute to, not only for their friends and family, but my parents' friends and family, and now my friends and family. And it's a place that means a lot to me. It was where I shot my first deer and my first turkey, and it's where my brother shot his first deer and his first turkey. And I hope hunting there for opening weekend is a tradition that never goes away for our family. I know with the rich gun hunting tradition in Wisconsin, a lot of people probably can relate to something like this. And if you don't have a tradition, I'd recommend you start one. Whether it's bow hunting or going on a fishing trip or something with family and friends, doing something like that every year. I'm definitely thankful that was the way I was introduced into hunting, and it's cool to look at all the old photos and the memories that my grandpa and his friends have made back on that property so long ago, and how similar they are to the memories that we're still making there today. So Grandpa and Grandma, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you guys, and I appreciate everybody watching. Hope everyone enjoyed it, even a fraction of how much I enjoyed making it. And this is pretty much going to be the beginning of our gun hunting series. Zach and Logan are out right now. I know they've been having some action, so we've got some good content coming down the pipe. I'm actually going to start working on the video now where I joined up with Dan Infalt and the Hunting Beast crew, did some deer drives, and I actually killed a deer on a deer drive later that week. So hopefully that video will be out within the next few days for you guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video, comment below, and we'll see you on the next video.